All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. This is an awesome time of the week and the podcast in general. I've got a couple of massive pillars in here, both physically and metaphorically.
Two key forwards, mate.
We'll certainly get to all that. The Mad Dog from Scarborough, Tom Barrass. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very well, lads. Thanks for having me on.
No, thanks for finding the time, big fella. You're a busy dude.
Well,
where are the bags? There's no bags under them eyes.
Hey, Thumper, you're being pretty kind there, I think.
Are you lacking a bit of sleep now? How's Benson going?
Benson's gone great. He's a good little boy. My partner Nadia's just hitting it for 6, doing a great job. And then I'm struggling through trying to father my other son, Billy.
Yep.
Who's learning some terrible habits.
Is he the troublemaker right now?
He looks to be more so than his brother. He's got that look in his eye that I've seen before somewhere.
It's almost like I was in the mirror.
Yeah, I know. So he's 20 months, so he's really starting to wake up to the world, and it's an amazing, beautiful thing to watch, but he also is learning to say no and to test some boundaries.
Tough age.
Yes.
The no. Where did you learn that word from, son?
Yes.
So you're playing a bit of one-on-one defence at the moment. There's no zone. It's just you got him and I got him and away you go.
There is no zone, no leverage. It is tight on body, one-on-one defence.
Your lack of lactating's really helping you out at the moment.
Yeah, the lack of milky breasts, kind of annoying right now. But I think Billy's managing just fine with his scrambled eggs. And
Yeah,
his
okay.
little banana
Is that his go-to?
smoothie. That's what Dad's cooking him every morning, yeah. If he doesn't get pancakes.
Hey, is your bro playing some footy at the moment? Where's he at?
Little bro's playing for Claremont, reffing, Ted. Shout out to Ted. Yeah, he's playing for Claremont down there. He's putting on a bit of size. He's loving it, Ted. He's going really well.
In what grade?
I think he's playing 2s.
Yep.
And he's at Notre Dame at uni studying law and behavioural science. And
Sounds like a Barrass to me.
he got a academic award the other day, which was a shock to our family, to be fair to Teddy. 98%
Wow.
in an essay.
Sounds a bit familiar to your TER result, isn't it? Were you in the 98 percentile?
Yeah, you're like the in-house genius here.
But you know as well as me, Oscar, the TER is a little bit skewed.
Yeah, it's a rigged system.
Coming from an 84, I couldn't agree more.
Is that what you got?
I got something putrid like that.
How do we hire you here?
You're in media.
Yes. Got it.
So did he go to Hale as well?
He went to Hale, yes.
Can I ask you if you would send your young boys
We've
to
had this
Hale
conversation.
School, because it ain't cheap, but you're not poor, and you've got the background of what your experience was like. What are your thoughts early doors?
Yes, my thoughts are yes. My father was really big on it. He always said the best thing you can do is get a good education, and I never really agreed with him, and in fact I dragged my heels through high school till about year 11, and then felt really guilty that my parents had spent so much money and made sacrifices to send me to a good school that I thought I'd try and improve my habits and have a crack at year 12, and managed to do okay, but again in the weighted percentile kind of thing. I certainly wasn't getting 98%, so that's for sure.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Props to Ted.
I want to go to the junior footy days for a sec. You see that Zach Butters went back to his junior footy club 16 hours after playing a game.
Having like 40 touches.
No, he was the runner.
Yeah, but the
game he played.
Yeah, playing. I don't see how that's possible. Like,
Well, you did it, mate.
I just can't imagine. Say we play a game, right, and you going back to Scarborough the next day and running for the side and running like 10Ks. Like, I just would never be able to do that. My body physically could not hold up. And I reckon if anyone in the football club found out, like, I'd be in handcuffs the next day. Like, how mad would coach be about, I don't know, Luke Shuey going back to his local footy club and running?
Don't pick the bloke with soft tissue injuries
Don't
galore.
pick Mr. Wheatbix.
Would you? I love the idea of it. Surely,
it's a great idea.
Even though you didn't have a 17s team and your junior club dissipated before your very eyes,
Fold.
wouldn't you love to do something like that and give back to where it all started?
Yeah, definitely. I think I might get corrupted down at the Scarborough Footy Club though, unfortunately. Yeah, I won't say any more there. But,
Easy.
So what side did you join after 17? Did you just go play Colts footy? Or?
I went and played Colts footy.
So that's the only reason you went and played Colts, because your club side disappeared.
Yeah, well, you know what? I actually had a year of not playing footy. I played a bit of underage Colts and a bit for Hale, but I didn't just didn't play club footy. I just went to the skate park and
tore it up.
Tore it up, yeah.
Sorry, so before PSA starts, right, you're not playing school footy, you don't get picked to Colts, you're just like, they're like, oh, go play well at your clubs. You're like, yeah, sweet. And you just go skating.
Yeah, I'm just going to the new Perry Lakes Bowl. That's a bit too vert for me. Yeah, it was before the times of the Scarborough skate park, or for those OGs out there, the Claremont skate park.
Right.
Yeah, behind Claremont Oval.
Yep.
That was a spot. Had a nice little spine. It was sick.
See, back in my day, it was just the Wanneroo one. It was the only one that existed.
Right.
And everyone was lining up to go on half pipes then.
After the Wanneroo fresh vegetable market on a Sunday, did you ever used to hit that?
No. Decent, no?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Fresh produce.
So I did see your Instagram and there was a picture of you like shredding gnar on the surfboard. I don't know how long ago that was.
Yes.
You're skating, you're surfing. Has it all taken a bit of a back seat, or do you find the time somewhere, TB?
Nah, it no longer exists, those things. That was in Lakey Peak in October.
Looked like a good move.
It was cool. It was in Sumbawa. It was great. Went with 3 of my best mates. We had the greatest time ever. But yeah, I haven't been in the water since then.
Sad.
Yeah, it's what, 6 months.
Is that when you did your you were like uncontactable for a long period of time, and then like the first contact is, I remember some of us boys were all at a nightclub in Mykonos FaceTiming you, and that was the first time we'd see you on the lid for months. So like no one ever heard from you, like just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yes, I am good at that around October, November. But I think it's necessary for me, certainly. I've got to drop off the face of the earth for a bit. And I think I can comfortably say my lid was looking better than the other side of the phone call of these 8 blokes in Mykonos.
Smiles and all.
Yeah, pork knuckles and pints, and I don't even know where you were.
Yeah, that was a great trip.
Awesome. Let me ask about you move forward this weekend. How'd you find it? They said, Simo said that you've kicked 5 in the captain's run, and that was enough to get you over the line. I've seen a captain's run. There's not a lot of defence getting played at the captain's run.
It's hard to only kick 5 at a captain's run.
Yeah, it was 18 versus 0, so 5 was probably unders. But yeah, mate, the 9 minutes that I was down there was fun, but it could have been way better if Aussie kicked me in the ball when I'm one-on-one in the square like 5 times.
Yeah, I had one where it was like early in the game, and I've seen like, I didn't even see you. I just saw Jake, and I was like, I'm kicking at Jake. I've just been in this mode of, at the moment, it's just been Jake and I down there, and there's been no one else. And I just saw Jake, and I was like, oh, well, just kick it to him. And then, like, get off to the bench. And she was like, we're not going to put him down there if you're not going to kick it to him. And I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, mate. Like,
I had the realisation that it's a necessary part of being a forward, and Josh Kennedy used to do it. He was the best at it. He's grabbing someone by the throat and say, kick me the ball, swear word X, Y, and Z, I'm going to kill you, kick me the ball, don't kick it to anyone else. And that's actually what you need to happen, because otherwise you kick it to Jake, and we all know Jake's a total pleb.
Mate, Monday to Friday, the campaigning that is needed to be done as a full forward.
So what are you, greasing midfielders in the lunchroom? What are you doing?
Mate, 100%. JK taught me this very well. Like, I remember getting missed and like complained to him. He's like, don't tell me, tell him. So whenever you get missed at training, even if they kick it to someone else, they mark it. Just go and say, oh, mate, look to lower your eyes there. Like,
I was on there.
And now I'm at a stage where like they kick it to me now. So it's worked. It takes like 3 or 4 years of grinding, and then they'll start kicking you the ball heaps. What
were your emotions when they're taking contested grabs at the other end? Is it like, are you feeling any way, or are you just thinking, oh, what am I meant to be doing as a forward? Or are you like, geez, I need to be back there, or I want to be back there?
Nah, I've got full trust in the back line down there. I think we've got a lot of players who are capable of playing in the back line. Sometimes, even when I'm down there, even when Gov's down there, you lose a couple contests early. That's just the way. I was trying to concentrate on my role as a forward with pretty limited preparation, just where I'm meant to be, making sure I'm communicating with Aussie so we got the setups right, and I can hopefully stay down there.
You want to stay there, don't you?
Prove my worth. Yeah, duh. I don't want to be a, camel down back. I want to be a nice.
So you're pushing JK out the door, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I pushed the
pretty sure you tore up his contract, eh? It was you that did it, eh?
I kicked him in the knee on the alcohols.
What about being skipper for a few games there, TB? What was that experience like? I've touched on Aussie's time with it. How'd you find it?
Yeah, it was great. It was a good experience for me. The game at which I did it was Melbourne, I'm pretty sure. That was the first time.
It was.
We were at home and my sister was over, I'm pretty sure. And so I had a whole bunch of tickets to the game and my family came. And although, you know, it wasn't as official as if it was round one and you're Luke Shuey, it was still nice to go out and toss the coin, give the speech. It's another little variable in the mix that you've got to learn to carry and then still perform well. And I felt like throughout my couple games of captaincy, I got better at that, at just getting back to what is the best way to lead, which is to play well. And so I thought it was a great experience, great learning. And Aussie did a fantastic job again on the weekend too, and Dougie 2 weeks before that. Yeah,
this is what I was saying to you before. With so many of us that have had the opportunity to do it, like it feels like the pressure, this is how I felt anyway, like there wasn't any pressure on me because I was like running out there and I had TB and I had Duggo and I had Shannon Hearn and I had Elliot Yeo and like I had a lot of other senior players, and particularly the first 3 or 4, like I've all captained the footy club, so I was like, well, there's no real pressure here on me because they'll have my back with whatever, and if I say something stupid, they'll laugh and then it'll be fine. Like it's not a big deal. Whereas, like you say, I feel like round one, and if you are like Luke Shuey and it's your football club, like that's a different weight of expectation and pressure, which thankfully, like on the weekend, you got a little taste for, but you don't fully feel it, which is a good way to try it. Like I enjoyed trying it out. I'm sure you did. Duggo excelled at it. Like he played some terrific footy, and he's playing terrific footy.
Definitely. I think it's like I said, it's another element, and the last thing you want to do is toss the coin, win it, come back and just choke it up. And you've got 22 blokes who just want to get fired up, or they need something from you. They need a little gold nugget, or they're looking to you, and here you go, get blank and start mumbling something random that makes no sense. It's just that.
You never strike me as someone that's going to do that, though, too.
Well, Josh Kennedy did it once.
Josh Kennedy did one of the worst speeches of all time.
Yeah, while we're on JK, like, and you know, no one's immune. Bunga used to just roll out the same thing every time because he probably realised that a lot of the prep had been done before that. It didn't actually matter. But yeah, you just don't want to forget what you're saying and have silence and, you know, giggles and laughter. So just about learning, and I think we're all getting a good opportunity to do so.
Everyone has real different ways going about it as well. Like I remember Bung used to just look you deep in the eye and he'd be touching you on your chest, like touching everyone, like putting his big paws on your chest. And Boots is more like inclusive, and Gov's great. When Gov does it, he's awesome because he has this like intensity, like his eyelids completely open up and like you see all the whites. Like everyone has, you just got to find your own way to do it. Like how, and good advice that I got this week was just like, just be authentic. Like if you're not rah, don't be that. If you're not a funny guy, like don't try and be a class clown and crack jokes because everyone's going to be like, what the hell are you doing? Like just be yourself, and that should take care of the rest.
Great insight. I don't know if you remember, TB, get serious for a minute. When you went and had the coin toss in the Melbourne game, there was a gentleman out there, Michael Doyle, him and his wife, Linda, 36-year members. He suffered from neuroendocrine cancer at the time, and he had passed away a few weeks after that coin toss. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And when he went out there, apparently took like all the strength he could possibly muster to come out for this game and toss the coin. And we got asked to go back and review the tape and cut something up for the family and send it back. And it was so heartwarming to see the embrace that Tom had for this fella. It was beyond just shaking your hand. Thanks for tossing the coin, mate. It was like a proper hug with this guy, and it was heartwarming stuff. And I don't know whether it hit a chord with you at the time of either hearing it or seeing this bloke, or you knew the story beforehand.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Michael Doyle is a friend of the family's, I suppose, through Nadia's parents, Nadia's father, and Nadia's stepmother, and obviously heard he was suffering terrible illness, and you know was trying his best to go through, and that he's a big member and loved the footy club, and so I'd sort of sent him a video the day prior just to say thanks for coming out, and I can't wait to see you, and we'll need all your luck because I'm the skip. And no, it was great to see him out there. It was a really great moment to share with him, and yeah, it was devastated when I heard he'd passed away a couple of days later. But like you said, it was a great moment for the club to share with the family, and the family have certainly been in touch to echo that. So it's been really nice.
Couldn't agree more. It really does put footy in perspective, despite the hardships you guys are going through from a leadership perspective, keeping good vibes around the group. Do you feel you're finding a good blend of doing that at the moment, with kind of like providing the G-ups and the support people need, while also reflecting on life and stories like that? And you've had 2 teammates lost parents in the off-season. It's like, this isn't the be-all and end-all, although it's your livelihood at the moment, and finding that blend.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough, you know. You want to be winning. You want to be playing well individually. You want, you know, the club to be successful. You want things to go your way. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, I think. And we've faced some real challenges this year. And so finding the balance between positivity, negativity has been a delicate one, whilst in the same sentence, keeping perspective on the fact that there's no famine around here. There's no war, you know. No one's walking to Poland today. Nothing really horrible's happening to us. And if you can't live in that space and be pragmatic about your approach to getting better at footy, and you let the emotions get the better of you as if you were famined, if you did have real, honest problems, then it's not the best way. So I think that perspective certainly helps me, and it's just trying to find the balance between spreading that and then, you know, it being perceived that you're taking your foot off the pedal and you're being too nice and too accepting. So having that pragmatic approach to your improvement while still keeping perspective of, you know, it's a cyclical industry. Unless you're Joel Selwood, often you don't have 17 years where you play finals in a row. If you want to play 200 games, you sometimes have some rebuilds and some development phases, and that's what we're going through right now, and that's what it's our turn to cop and to work through.
Pretty articulate. Anything you can possibly add on that summation?
Impossible. That was great. That was perfect.
I did a very brief deep dive on the late Tony Barrass, your father, and it was a great read. It was to learn about him. One of the lines that I wrote down here was he was a swashbuckling scribe with beautiful attention to detail in his writing. And I didn't know that your grandfather, his father, was a legendary Sydney Daily Telegraph crime reporter.
Yes.
So media is certainly in the blood of the Barrass family.
It is.
Will you be getting into media post-football as well?
I'm ashamed to say.
It stops here?
Look,
Teddy?
I don't I don't have any sort of preconceived ideas about that. I want to contribute to ideas that I believe in post-footy.
Well, that was kind of what he did, right? Like, it seems like the stories he was writing, it was almost like a voice for the downtrodden to a certain degree.
Yeah, he was very good at what he did, and I must admit, he didn't bring a lot of it home. He was, I think because often the subject matter of his stories were dark, he didn't want to bring that home to the family. He didn't speak about his work, and really I didn't know the impact that he had on Australian journalism probably until he'd passed away. He used to joke that he's a bit of a legend, but you know, as you do when you're a kid, you're just like, yeah, whatever, mate. as Billy will and Benson will to me when I'm going, mate, I was pretty good.
Did you see my goal in the Oz kick on the weekend? Yeah,
like,
sure, mate.
I played 200 games, kicked 1 goal, but like, trust me, it was other parts of the game was good, man. And they'll be going, whatever, Dad. So, yeah, he was a very crafty journalist, very creative guy, and certainly as a father, very funny man.
All right, we're going to some fan questions and then we'll send the great man home to his loving family. So we'll go with sorbet weather to kick it off. Can you cook? And have you got a signature dish up your sleeve if you do?
Man, I have to say I can't really cook that well. And my signature dish, you'll be happy to hear this, katsu bowls.
Oh, yeah,
the Queensland ones from the hub.
Donburu bowls.
There's like a nostalgic bowl that I couldn't tell you the franchise, but rice, chicken cutlets, avo, this special sauce that you can only get from Coles.
Yeah.
And Kewpie mayo. Little bit, towards the unhealthy side.
Full of MSG, yeah.
Full of MSG, probably going to take a couple of days off your life, but great dish, and like I can execute it well.
Lovely.
Have you ever done like the katsu chicken curries?
Nah, I'd stumble on the sauce.
They're hectic good.
Yeah. See, I got my cooking going, right, because young father, Mrs. Under the Pump, did Uber Eats for like 4 years beforehand, so I thought I better figure out how to cook. And started getting a bit of momentum, and then had Dom and Gov over for a barbie.
Oh no.
My pressure test cooked this huge tomahawk that was like 3 inches thick. It was just a bit late to get it on the
How
on
did
the
you
plate.
do it?
And,
Did you just go barbie the whole time?
I reverse seared it. I seared one or the other oven, and then the rest. And we were eating about 9:15. And the mushroom sauce that I'd prepared earlier had separated into like its 8 original components, and like turned into like I don't even know. And pretty much since then, it's back to like mee goreng on toast or just a hot cross bun with some butter on it.
I just shattered the confidence, big fella.
Mate, shattered it, yeah.
No,
and
yeah.
you know Dom Sheed.
Dom's a great cook. Man.
He just
he tore it to
lets me
shreds.
know about it, yeah, all the time.
Oh, did you go on or not?
Yeah, I cooked this last night. This is that's elite.
Ooh, that's elite.
That looks good.
That is elite.
That looks good.
Yeah,
You're tinkering on the pinkness.
Yeah, I'm a big. It's a big So like my partner Lorna, like she likes her meat more cooked. Like, so I give her. So when I'm doing like a tomahawk, I give her like the side cut.
Yeah, nice.
So that's obviously got a bit more sear on it, and I'll just over sear one side.
Yeah, love it.
But I'm big on like the probes. Like I'm not too proud a man to know. I can't look at something and be like, that's perfectly medium rare. So I've got my probes in there, and my probes are saying, look, it's 55 degrees, 60 degrees is medium. I'm going to pull it out now, let it rest, let the internal temp keep rising.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the meter.
Yeah, meter
Have you got the
probes.
meter?
Yeah, got it for Christmas.
Might
Yeah.
have to cop.
Jake F08 wants to know who the best person at the club is during tough times.
Oh, wow.
Bung is pretty good, man.
Hit
I
the
can,
heartstrings. Do you mean like tough, like something bad's happened to me, or
You answer it how you see fit. You could be the comic relief in dark times. There could be someone who could just keep a level head through it all.
look, yeah, like I was saying before, with the pragmatic, trying to improve versus, you're not actually having the world's worst time right now, so you can cop a bit of negativity, whatever it is, right? Bunga is one of those blokes who innately understands that life's actually pretty good and there's no real pain in the moment, and be the best you can be. And I've been really impressed by, for someone of his experience who's been backing it up for 17 years in a row, his application to getting better today, this morning, right now, is still the best at the club and still the best it's ever been. It's just, he's an exponential type of cat. Everything he does just keeps getting better and better. And in times like this where you're trying to improve, energy's down, people are playing that probably aren't ready to play yet and they would like some exposure in the waffle, he is just in the shed getting better, dragging blokes along with him. So Jake 808 or F08 or whatever it was, I believe your answer's Shannon Hearn.
Yeah, he's the man. I like, he's not here anymore, but the spoon, Jack Redden, was good for a different reason, because the humour and the lightheartedness and this isn't the end of the world, like he brought that and found a great line, because guys take this seriously, as like everyone does, like this is our job, and he had a great line of, all right, this isn't a piss take, like I'm not here to piss around, but also you've got a shit shirt on. Everyone laughed at Tom. Like he just had a great balance with that stuff that that other people struggle to get right. So yeah, he nailed that.
DTP29 wants to know what your favourite pie from the Brighton Bakery is.
Ooh.
And how is the footy advice you get from there?
I can answer both of those easily. Steak and curry pie is the pie that I'm getting from the Brighton Bakery. And the footy advice consists solely of Wan Dong, his name is, father of Ding Dong, saying, Eagle Man. Every time I walk in there, and I'm like, hey, he just refers to me as Eagle Man. And then just, that's it. There's no like, oh, how's training? It's just like, Eagle Man. Like, repetitively until I get out of there with my steak and coke pie and
So good.
usually a little Conti or something.
All right, you got one? You want me to go?
You go, mate.
Zach Carlson, 22, wants to know why you wear number 37. I guess why you still wear 37. You would have got an invitation to Hollywood Boulevard over the years.
So 37, pretty much when I first got drafted, Adam Selwood had just retired, and for whatever reason, when we were in Broome on a sort of Simo had just gotten to the club, having a bonding trip up in Broome, and he came up to me and said, "Do you want 37?" And
Because he was on the coaching panel at the time, right?
Yeah, he would just become head coach, right?
Sorry,
Adam
Selwood
was maybe development mids coach, and I always thought 37 was fine. I was like, great, yeah, 37, I'll have it. And he said, oh, you better go ask Sellers, and if he says you can have it, you can have it. And so I remember approaching Sellers exactly where we were. He was at the fruit part of the buffet, getting all this fresh fruit for his dessert. And I've creeped up behind him. Excuse me, Adam. Do you think would it be all right by you if I wore number 37? And he was like, yeah, of course, man, no worries. And from that day, I knew that I'd never change. And when Pritter retired, I always loved 11, played in 11, legs 11 as a junior. And I thought about it. And there was other blokes, oh, can I change this? And everyone was moving. And someone asked me, do you want to go to 11? And I really had to think about it, but it was my values that said, nah, you don't abandon 37. You stay in 37 and you make that your own number. And, hopefully I can do that.
I actually do remember JK saying once, and we were pretty drunk, and he was like, oh, do you want 17? And you said it in a manner which is I'm not sure you're taking the piss, have you been? And I thought about it, and I was like, it's a bit too on the nose, I reckon.
Yeah.
Going back up and I want to be JK.
Yeah, you can't go up.
No, that's too, and it's too on the nose. That's me wanting to be him, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of myself, and I'm happy with that, so I'll just stay with what I've got going on.
Great convo.
Disappointed both of us with Braden Maynard's change. I'm playing him this weekend, so
Bruzzy,
I will be making a comment to him this weekend about it.
Bruzzy, whatever, mate, what were you thinking abandoning us? You've played 150 games, good ones in 37. All Australian. You're the man, and you're going to 4, bruz. What doing?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got one from Clancy _273. When did you start playing as a key defender? Because a lot of people grow up saying I want to be a midfielder, or some people I want to be full forward. Were you growing up saying I want to be a fullback, or
bit of key defence in razzle dazzle Zimbomba, or what?
Yeah.
So I actually played as a winger.
Right.
When I was
a little seagull.
Yeah, I was I was in primary school, I was a reasonable sized kid, but in high school everyone grew and I was very small still. And so I sort of played through the midfield, on the wing, maybe a little crafty forward. And then there was one game, I can tell you the exact game, it was against Perth Demons. It was a practice match for Claremont Colts. I was an underager, and it was that year that I wasn't playing footy and I was skating. And there was this guy who was going to play AFL. He was meant to be the best, right? He was meant to be one of the best guys in WA, and his name was Chris Yarran.
Oh, yeah.
But his name wasn't actually Chris Yarran. His name's Chris something else, apparently. This might be wrong, sorry, Chris. But he got his name changed to Chris Yarran because it was more hype. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is random now to say. It might be completely untrue. Again, sorry, Chris. But I played in this kid, and he was meant to be really good, and I played in the back pocket because there was nowhere to put me. And I won 3 1-on-1s on him just out of the blue, and I never, ever, ever have gone back except for the 8 minutes on the weekend.
Which I ruined.
Yeah, which you ruined, and now I'll be back for another 12 years.
All right. Last question, and we'll wrap it up. Liv Floro has some crackers, wants to know if you could play an exhibition match anywhere in the world, where would you go and play it? Where do you want the boys in an off season to go do a mini little training camp and then a game to finish?
Oh, man. That's a pretty tough question. I would love to play in Austin, Texas. That would be great. I think that would heave. And if not there, maybe Whistler would be cool. And if not Whistler, maybe Amsterdam or Berlin would be pretty fat.
Are you allowed back into Amsterdam? You're welcome back?
I haven't tried to get back in. I'm not sure if I will be allowed back. It was a great time. I'd love to play in. Have you seen some of the soccer pitches they've got in Brazil, like overlooking like Rio de Janeiro? Like,
sick.
Looks so sick. Like on cliffs and stuff. Soccer pitches at the top of these cliffs, and it's just like got like a cage around the outside so the ball can't fly away.
Right.
And it's just like overlooking the mountains and stuff.
I don't think Nizzy's got much on his plate. We'll go speak to him after this and see what we can do.
Cool question, though.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Mate, I had a great time here with you. Thanks for spending some quality minutes with us, discussing all the world's issues, going back in time for some Tom Barrass yarns and your future. Oh, no, there was one question. Hang on.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
this
hang
one.
on.
I've got one
foot out the door.
This is last question, and then you can go. Whatever you answer will be the last thing you say. So I'm going to say thanks for listening, guys, because Tom Barrass will sign off after this.
Okay.
From Liam_Murphy01, how can we shift society to a more meaningful and joyful existence? Is capitalism working?
That is a great question. What was it, Liam?
Liam Murphy01.
Liam Murphy01. One of the fundamental rules of capitalism is that you must provide everyone with equal opportunity to succeed. It's like one of the fundamental laws that's meant to make competitive free markets work, right? So I think that'd be a nice place to start, giving everyone equal opportunity at education and all those kinds of resources, mental or physical, that you get. And I can't actually tell you how we're going to get there, Liam, but maybe more mindful experiences with your friends, more hugging and kissing, more listening to good music and tasting your food, less internal dialogue in the brain. That'd be my advice.